Virginia.
No, like you ever have to dress up like a president or a Armada or whatever.
Okay, I think this background. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I feel like the lady from the romper room, and I see Mary and Jamie.
Talk about a show I haven't heard about in years.
You have had kids, you think about it often. But you know.
Great deal. What if I'm new to AT&T?
Hi, Mr. Anthony.
But what about for existing?
Okay. 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Okay. There we go. Everybody's so quiet. Goodness.
That's because most of us are on mute.
Oh, is that what it is? That'll do it. I need a nap. I need a nap. So the baby did 4 interviews. So we did Fox, we did WUSA, we did NBC, and today we did ABC.
Oh, wow. You hit all the major networks.
And the Washington Post is doing an article all about these Zeeps.
I know it became such a big deal. It was still on the news today.
Yeah, because they're still looking for them. Can you believe they haven't found them yet?
Oh, I thought they was going to put out some food and capture them.
Well, apparently they ain't working.
Oh,
They don't want to go home.
how many zebras did you see?
3. But here's the thing, he owns how many, Paul? The city you got to unmute yourself. You got to unmute.
39.
39 zebras.
Wow.
Wow.
What is he doing with 39 zebras?
And an ostrich and a buffalo.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a camel. Don't forget the camel.
Oh, camel. Allegedly. We haven't confirmed.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Is he selling zebras? Breeding them like people breed dogs?
Maybe.
All right, well, we're gonna get started because I don't want to waste anybody's time. All right, so first thing, hi, I'm Alexis with President NMA, and we are at number 4 or 5? No, because we started in September. It was our first month, and we're around.
So this would be the 5th one.
So this would be the 5th one. Wow. Okay, so this is our 5th quarterly. Yeah, help me out. Quarterly meeting.
Quarterly meeting.
Teach me how to talk again. And I'm looking for my little agenda thing so I can move on to the next slide. Okay. Let me know if you can see it and turn it back.
You're not projecting.
I'm not. Okay, fine. Okay, why not? Okay, you see they're welcome, right?
We see you.
Oh, you see me. That's not okay. Let me try unsharing and sharing. Oh, boy. There. Okay, how about now?
Here we go.
Good. All right, and first up, because we're gonna forego doing a recap of the last meeting because we have a long agenda here. So we're gonna go right into the treasury report, which will take about, what, 2 minutes?
A little bit longer than that. So have you given me
Oh, sorry. Give you writers, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I gave it to you.
Thank you, ma'am. So good evening, everyone. My name is Regina Smith, and I am the treasurer for the Malta Neighborhood Alliance. And this is our treasurer report for the period of June 2021 through August 2021. Our beginning balance on June 1st, 2021 was $321. We received due payments from Brandywine Country Homeowners Association of $500 back on July the 23rd. We received a Cash App donation from Alexis Reed Curling of $50 on August the 16th. And then we had some PayPal transactions, one from Eric Wick, a donation of $5 from January. The Sisters Network donated $50 back in June, and the Marlton Control Commission paid their dues, their annual dues, on August the 13th. The total of all of those donations were $295.08. Withdrawals for the same period, there was the bank account service fees for June, July, and August. And then there was a withdrawal for a deposit for a service to establish our organization as a 501c. And that was $619, and that was on August the 16th. And then there was the PO box rental fee for the period of September through November of $34. With all the transactions that occurred between June 1st and August 31st, our ending balance on August 31st was $483.
Thank you, Miss Regina. Any
You're
questions?
welcome.
Any questions about our big old pot?
I'd like to bring up another topic.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Since we're talking about funds, I just wanted to point out that we did receive for our 2021 period dues from Marlton 100, Marlton Control Commission, and Brandywine Country Home Association. We're still waiting on receipt of the Marlton Section 10, Marlton HOA, the Town Center HOA, Brandywine Station Townhouse Association,
They said they weren't gonna do it.
Marlton Pool, and Marlton 4. So if there's anyone on the Zoom call that knows of the point of contacts for those homeowners associations, if you could please reach out to them and let them know that Marlton Neighborhood Alliance desperately need their funds in order to continue the good works that we've started. It would be greatly appreciated. They can always reach us at our email, which is marltonneighborhoodalliance@gmail.com. We'll put that in the chat for you. And if you can share that with the leadership of any of these homeowners associations, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Regina. Anybody got any questions for Miss Regina?
I have a question. My name is Linda Foreman, and when you're talking about dues from homeowner associations, is this a voluntary thing or what? Is it something you mandate? I've never been to any of your meetings, but I have listened to your recording. Can you kind of?
Sure. So our bylaws state that basically all of the homeowners associations would pay annual dues into the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance because we are the umbrella organization for the entire community of Marlton. And our services are to support them as well as the entire community. We also have individual membership dues. So if a person is a part of a homeowners association that haven't paid their dues, they're welcome to become a member of the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance at the cost of, I think it's $25 a year. But if your homeowners association has already paid their dues, then you would be able to be an active member for no additional dues. Request for donation.
Okay, you talk about services. What services do you provide the community?
Alexis, do you have any of that on the slides?
I do not have it on a slide, but it's definitely on our webpage.
It's on your website, on your
Absolutely.
webpage? Okay,
It's on
I'll
the
look at that.
website.
Okay, thank you.
Right there in
You,
front.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
great questions, appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll answer them. We ain't hide nothing. Okay, so
Appreciate that.
yeah.
I
And we
appreciate
can talk
that.
afterwards, not a problem. You can look at our $2.50 as long as you want to.
Really
Um, do we have Officer Dixon on? I don't see her, but I don't know. Is this everybody? Okay. Okay, so she's not here, so we don't have a crime report. Let me just say that I've been trying to get a crime report for the past 2 meetings that we've had since I think it started in June, trying to get it. And I finally, apparently there's some secret club that you have to be in order to get it. And I finally got it invited to that secret club. So I should have a crime report coming up shortly. And if I do get it, I'm gonna post it on our website, and probably I'm gonna let everybody know. Not probably, I will let everybody know. You probably don't want to see it because from what the preview of it, it was like, and I'm estimating, I think it was like for the month of July, we had like 419 calls. And that's calls to the I'm not sure if it was 311 or 911, but either the case, that's a lot of calls for 1 month. So hopefully I'll get a report, which I'm going to request for it to break it down, let me know what the calls were for, and that kind of thing, just to know where we're living in, the detail of that. So since we don't have that, the next one I have up is speed humps for Grand Haven. This is also a Miss Linda. When people call us and they ask us for things that they don't have an HOA, somebody requested for speed humps on Grand Haven because they said like they're driving like they on 95. So we had a speed study done, and it did qualify for speed humps. So we are actually going to go ahead and put those in. I actually had to request that because in order to request it, okay, I'll tell you in a second, Miss Lorraine. In order to request it, it had to come from somebody of an organization. So since this part of Grand Haven does not have an HOA, which is between Trumbull and at the end, what's the last street, Paul? Rush Place, which is at the dead end. So it does not affect the oldest piece of Grand Haven, which is towards the front, or the middle, which is by Miss Regina, where the townhouses are. So it's on our back end over here, riding
Yes.
parallel with the train tracks.
Okay, did you want to share your screen?
Uh,
Or otherwise we'll look at you, it's no problem.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm reading off the screen. I don't see it. Okay, you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, Miss Regina, should I show the website where we have the speed humps, or actually Paul, because we're gonna talk about the speed humps, and Paul Curling works for Public Works, PG County Public Works, and he's gonna talk about speed humps, the ones that we have coming and the ones that he actually is in charge of, not in charge of, but proposing putting in Marlton's, right in front of the Food Lion, in front and the back where they come in and out, where there used to be speed humps, are not there anymore. So he's proposing that they put them back, and I believe he got that issue already addressed. So
Yeah, you want me to talk about that now?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, as stated, I'm Paul Curling. I did the traffic for Grand Haven. After a comprehensive study, it was noted that Grand Haven is in desperate need of some traffic calming measures. So we proposed 5 speed humps from between Trumbull and Thrush Place. So our Office of Highway Maintenance is in the process of installing the signs. The signs go up first, then the speed humps. First, they do one half of the street in one direction. Once they complete that, then they'll do the other side, of course, and that takes between 2 to 3 weeks, given, or if it's up to the weather, actually. Unfortunately, right now, there's a short delay in the installation of the speed humps because our Office of Highway Maintenance has mold in their department where they create the signs. So they're waiting now to take care of that mold issue so they can finish installing the signs and then have the speed humps installed. As of for Martin Shopping Plaza, as most of you do know, there were some speed bumps up there, I would say about 1.5 years ago before they repaved that whole property, but they never reinstalled it. I finally was able to get in contact with the owner of the plaza and asked her why the humps hadn't been reinstalled, because of, some of you might know that trying to walk out of Food Line or Walgreens, you got people speeding and you're walking out from the store, and myself have almost gotten hit before. So the bumps in that plaza are desperately needed. So she agreed. She said she didn't know why the humps weren't reinstalled. She assumed that her contractor had reinstalled them. I was able to talk with the contractor as well, and he told me he's going to have to price the humps for the plaza with the owner, and then it'll be up to her to decide how many speed bumps she's going to put in the plaza. So they're in the process of doing that now. I'm going to make sure that I stay on top of them with that, because it's pretty much needed up in that plaza, just as bad as Grand Haven.
We can't hear you. You're on mute. I'm gonna get this together, I swear.
Okay, turn me back up because I hear me echoing. Can you mute now? You did, okay. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay.
There's a question in the chat.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Okay.
Okay.
You gonna do the questions, because you more than welcome to do them.
Okay, has Old Colony been considered for speed humps? I don't know of any requests that has been given for a traffic calming measures for Old Colony. If somebody has requested it, I'm sure there'll be a study. Old Colony South, is that the one in front of Marlton Elementary?
Yes.
Okay. I like I said, I'm not too sure if a request has come in for that, but anybody who wants to request a traffic study for done on any county road, it has to come from an HOA or official community organization such as Marlton Neighborhood Alliance. Or if you don't have any of those, you can contact the council member that represents your district. That way, the request has to come from some official entity. We don't take speed hump or traffic calming studies from citizens. They have to come from an organization. So if you would like Old Colony to be studied, just contact council member. Who's our council member?
Oh,
Sorry. And he will contact our department and a study will be conducted.
As far as a HOA is concerned, who would the HOA reached out to?
well,
Yes, sir.
this is for the Martian Control Commission. We had requested speed bumps in the past, and that was denied, and which was badly needed at the time because of the kids, from that Marlton Elementary School walking along Old Colony, and for some reason they turned it down, and I think we might need to revisit that again. So maybe
the only issue might have been if you're talking about Old Colony from Heathermore to I'm not sure the name of that next intersection.
North Marlton.
North Marlton. Okay.
Mhm.
There are some restrictions when it comes to certain streets qualifying for a speed hump study. The street has to be no less than 1,500 feet long without any stop conditions, meaning no stop signs. So the minimum requirement is 1,500 feet. Sometimes there's a little bit give. They'll study some streets about 1,400. I've seen some as short as 1,200. But from my estimate, between Heathermore and North Marlton, that's probably about maybe 600 feet.
Well, actually, it's from Norton Malton all the way down to Grand Haven.
Correct.
And
That's
that,
the area.
yeah,
Mhm.
that area right there needs it badly. And maybe you have a more input on that. So if you want to give it,
Yeah, I can
your
give you the
agenda.
reason why it may not have qualified. See, when we study a street for speed humps, there's many factors that we look at to qualify a street for speed hump. We have a scoring system. Each roadway has to score a minimum of 60 points for it to qualify for speed humps. Factors that we look at are we count traffic volumes. We study the speed, of course, which is a big factor. We see if there's any pedestrian generators, such as schools, parks, basketball courts. We look to see how much lack of sidewalk the street has. The less sidewalk it has, the more points it scores. We also look at accidents, if there's any site restrictions, such as sharp curves or hills. Let's see what else we look at.
It has all of that.
Well, I mean, it has sidewalks.
It has sidewalk, it has hills, it has curves,
Well, not
it
the
has all
kind
of
of
that.
not
That's
the kind of curves that they're looking for that are dangerous. I mean, like real sharp curves. And they also look at the amount of accidents within a 3-year period. So they count all that up. And like I said, if it doesn't reach 60 points, then it won't qualify for the humps. I could definitely take a look at our cases, our records to see why Old Colony didn't qualify for the humps. I could definitely check into that. And since when, do you know when the study was done?
This was about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was a lot longer ago, things may have changed. Sometimes when there's more people moving into the neighborhood, the traffic volume probably could have climbed. So
Actually, there was a big accident on right by the pool on Old Colony. Somebody ran into maybe I think about 4 or 5 cars going down the hill. So there's people speed, especially going down the hill.
right,
So,
right. I have no doubt that people speed. I mean, people are speeding everywhere for sure. I can definitely check at our records department to see what Old Colony did
okay.
qualify. So I'll definitely check into that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay, so somebody had a comment that said that the sidewalks need to be repaired. Who would they call for that?
We call our 311 system for that. Our Office of Highway Maintenance is in charge of any kind of sidewalk repairs.
Okay. All right.
And that goes for light outs too, correct?
No, if there's any utility poles with the lights out, you have to contact the electric company, Pepco or BG&E, to have them change the light fixture or change the light bulb. The county only installs the light posts. They don't do any kind of maintenance.
Thank you.
But you can call the county or the 311 to request brighter lights. They have these new fixtures now. I think it's the halogen. I don't remember the model name, but it's a special bulb that illuminates the neighborhood or the block a lot better than the colonial lights do.
Okay, thank you. Good information.
Somebody had a statement that the trash in the plaza has been discussed about keeping clean. Ms. Tanisha, are you on here muted? Yeah, one time. Oh, your mic doesn't work. Wait a
The
minute.
mic doesn't work.
Uh-oh. Let me fix that. Oh, yeah.
You just type it in.
Oh, is that where? I'm trying to get her over here so I can unmute her. Oh, there she is. Oh, where'd you go? You just here a second ago. Did you hide from me? Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, so now I'm asking you. There you go. Oops, sorry. Okay. You had a question about sidewalks? Still not there?
Think her mic just doesn't work.
Oh, that part. Okay,
So she can type in the chat.
yeah. Let me just type in the chat. All right, so that's all the questions I see. Okay, so then we'll move on to the next thing. Next thing was Spruce Up Marlton. That's a well, I guess it wouldn't be a program, but it's something that we put together. We started in April. The first thing that we did was we adopted a road, and we adopted Heathermore. And then we pick the third Saturday, and we come out and pick up trash. Since Paul works for Public Works, he's my husband, but he works for Public Works. He's able to get the pickers and the little safety vests and everything. So we go out there, and the first one was great. We had a whole team. It was like I don't know, 12 or 13 of us. And then for the past couple of months, it's been, except for the last time we had 2 people that came, it's been me and Paul. So I'm just trying to figure out what we could do to get more involvement. I mean, if it's another street, we can do, Paul says it has to be a street that has sidewalks, right? Okay, it has to be a street that has sidewalks. So we can pick another street if that would suffice. But we would like to have more company out there when we're doing it. The only reason we don't do it down the front of, down the front, which I really find people just throw the trash in right there at the entrance of Marlton at Heathermore before you get to Trump Hill, but they don't have any sidewalks. And I guess we could go in the grass with high boots on because you don't know what's in that grass. So I don't know. I guess we can do that part, right? I don't know. These advice.
So the main thing is that we have it the third Saturday at 9 a.m. We meet at 9 a.m.
And it only
down
takes
there.
an hour. It really
I'm
does.
sorry.
It only takes an hour.
Yeah.
to
So
go.
the location for meeting.
The
is
location for meeting is Heathermore and North. I always get this wrong. What is it, Paul? The street that we meet on, North Center Drive?
Marlton Center Drive.
Marlton Center Drive.
which is across from the apartments.
Right.
That
That little parking.
second entrance. The main entrance into the apartment is directly across the street.
Right. Okay, so I mentioned the golf course and
I'm sorry, when's the next?
Oh, the next one. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's the 20. It's coming up.
Be the 18th, right?
Yep. If that's the third Saturday, that's what it is.
That's the third Saturday, September the 8th.
Okay. September the 18th then. Next Saturday, September the 8th. What a cute doggy. Okay, does anybody have any questions about the cleanup?
Okay, I'm unmuted now. I figured it
great.
out. This is Tanisha.
Hi.
So, my concern is with Marlton Plaza behind where the bank is. If you look at the bank and behind Food Line, it's 2 trash cans right there, and it's just junk all behind the Marlton Plaza. So I'm wondering, is that something that can be handled by the owners? Has that been discussed?
No, but Paul can speak to that.
Okay.
She was saying that the trash behind Marlton Plaza, where they have the mattresses and people just dump stuff where they want to behind the Food Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Be responsible. Wouldn't that be the owners of the property to get that?
That would be the owner of the property. The county doesn't have any jurisdiction in plaza or on private property.
So is there somebody in the plaza that we can talk to to get that cleaned up, because it is a part of the community?
Right.
Well, actually what you can do is contact 311.
Okay.
By the Department of Permits, Inspection and Enforcement could probably find the stores if they're not picking up the trash,
Okay, then I need to start taking
picking up the
pictures of
dumped
that.
items.
Right. I agree with that.
And then also, I don't mind participating, but I always see that the participation is on Heathermore. And I'm not over on that side of Heathermore, and a lot of times I am busy. But is it some way that it can be on the old Marlton side of cleanup too?
Yes, like I was saying, as long as it has sidewalks and you suggest something, we can do that.
But
That's not a
they
problem.
don't have sidewalks up there.
Yeah, well, that,
Well, let me make it clear about the cleanup, trash pickup. It doesn't necessarily have to have sidewalks, but at least a easement or a walking area that's safe for people to walk on. Since Heathermore down by 301 doesn't have any sidewalk, people can actually walk on the grassy area, which a lot of people already do. So it is okay to actually walk in an area that's wide enough or safe enough if you want to do litter pickup.
okay. All
So
right.
what's the specific area you're talking about?
North Marlton and Old Colony, like down in the front by the gazebo. It'd be a lot of trash down there too.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you brought that.
And then in regards to the speed bumps, I know you guys said MCC had to, or the council member, but MCC is a charitable organization. MCC is not a homeowners association. MCC, they receive their funding through charity, and for a long time, owners donated money to them, under the presumption that they was a homeowners association. So do the owners around this area, do we just contact Sydney Harrison?
Yeah, you can contact Sydney Harrison.
Okay.
The organization you just mentioned, I'm sure the county won't deny a request for, for a traffic calming study if it came from an organization like that. Right now, they're pretty much like, okay, whatever, it's the name of, whoever, whatever the name of that organization is, and they'll take it in. They're not really that particular about accepting it, as long as it doesn't come from saying, hey, put some speed ups up on such and such street.
Okay.
Is that what I mean?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
May I add something to that? I know there are a couple of people on here who have disputed whether the MCC is a HOA or not. And I don't think this is a forum to discuss that. It's registered with the county, and I
It's
think
a corporation.
I know some people having problems finding that information, and we already cleared it up with the lawyers many
So
years ago.
I have lawyers documentation too that said that MCC is not a HOA. And also when I call downtown, when I call downtown and ask about the HOA, they are not listed under HOA.
We are under the Rolling Wood Homeowners Association.
That is not correct.
Rolling Wood was established.
I'm sorry. Can I jump in, please?
Going off the rails.
Because I think that what Mr. Stafford stated is correct. This isn't the forum to discuss the MCC. If you guys want to exchange information with Mr. Williams to discuss this in an offline in another time, we can definitely accommodate that discussion. But right now we need to get through our agenda for this meeting.
Okay, we agree.
Thank you.
We definitely
And we do agree with that. It's just the fact that with the documents on the website, it lists MCC as a homeowners association. So that's the reason why I brought up that MCC is not a homeowners association.
Okay, and we can have that conversation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Okay, so we talked about that. The golf course, the golf course is obviously we all know the golf course, and it has not been a golf course since what, maybe 2018. And it seems that there are other things going on with it. And I just wanted to know if there was a group of people that were interested in getting together to start a group to figure out what we can do, brainstorm some ideas on what we can do to save it, if it's savable. And that's really all I had to say about it, because I really don't know the answers, but I would like to get some people together to talk about it, because I would hate to lose it. I really would. And let it go to a developer that would just turn it into more homes and things that we really don't need right now in that area. So if you want to do that, then please reach out to email me at marltonNeighborhoodAlliance@gmail.com. And I'm gonna have all this at the end.
There is a Facebook group already started about the golf course. I think Mr. Wicks is the one that started it.
Yeah, but I don't see anything on it. Like,
Well, that's because nobody really knows what to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking about you wanted to start a group. I'm saying there's already a group there, but if anybody knows what to do with it, I mean, there's already a group that's kind of questioning what to do with it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna reach out to him, go back to him, Eric, if he still wants to. Because I would figure out something, even if it's just finding out information about, because they're actually having a somebody sent me a flyer about them having Rare Essence perform at the golf course. Perform.
Yeah, that's that would be Kevin Brewer, aka Mr. Silk. It's taken over, basically he's taken over the clubhouse and is turned it into his own personal streaming service for his go-go music and everything else. And he claims that he's running the thing. I have spoken to one of the actual owners, the only one who would answer the phone.
Right.
Said that Mr. Brewer does not have an ownership interest in the golf course. They just let him use it because he promised that he could revitalize it. But he also had one of these throw everything against the wall and see what sticks strategies, and basically nothing has stuck except for the fact that he can stream concerts out of the venue. So I don't know what else is going on with that, because he doesn't talk to me anymore either, since I didn't support his vision of what he wanted to do with the place.
I'm wondering if he has any licenses to do any of these things with.
I have no idea. And I wouldn't even know where to look to try to find that. So if anybody has that.
Call the police and have them come over there and ask him if he has licenses to do that, because they can actually go find out for us.
Yeah, I don't know when he's having these things or anything like that. I've been trying
I got
to
a flyer.
track
He's having the next one on the 18th, which is
okay. So whoever, if anybody lives near there and knows when something's going on, if they can call and have people go ask for licenses and whatnot, that would probably be the best way to start the ball rolling on that, because I live on the other side of Marlton. I'm over here on Old Grand Haven. So I have no idea what's going on at the golf course at any given time.
Right. And I'm in the middle. I'm right here at the golf course. So yeah.
Is that something that you can find out within the county or something?
Say it again.
Is that something that you can find from the county?
Sure.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I don't know who the owner is. My name is LaMarsha Williams. I'm in Brandywine Station Townhouses in Malton. But I wonder, would it be an opportunity to partner up with First Tee and allow First Tee to come in, maybe to raise some money, but to also start some type of youth golfing like they have at the different First Tees at Langston's or any of those, which can preserve it as a golf course. You open it up to the youth to try to keep these jokers off the street and give them something to work towards.
Okay.
I think the biggest problem with something like that is that the course itself has not been maintained in so long that I don't know if it's playable. I've heard people in various next door conversations talk about how it's not playable anymore. So I have no idea, because like I said, I don't go over there and I don't golf, so I don't go out on the course or anything. I don't know. But
well, I mean, outside of doing the grass and whatever they need to do, my family used to own an 18-hole golf course, but I know my cousin works with the First Tee, and I think that maybe that will be something, because you could find youth organizations that want to come in to help. Our kids are dying in the streets left and right find some
That would be a good
opportunity for them to invest, to come in and do something different, you know,
Right.
for the community of Marlton. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, it sounds great. I love the idea. I'm just letting you know, like, I don't know if the golf course is playable. So I don't know if they would be able to do that, just because I don't know that. You'd have to find out if the golf course is even playable.
Right, at this point.
Yeah, well, the fact is you can't find free land. And if it's free land, I'm sure that if you have people that are interested, that they can invest to have that work done. But that's just an idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. Can you make sure that you leave me an email address or something so we can get this group together so we can actually
Absolutely.
do
Well,
a
I
brainstorm like that.
didn't even know anything about this, and I can give you my address right now. I'm listening. I missed my meeting today. I'm listening with my cousin.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm in Marlton, but my email is lamasha922@gmail.com.
Okay.
LaMarsha Williams.
Okay.
And the email address is just my name. I just inadvertently left out the R when I was creating it. It was a senior moment.
I have them. Okay.
So when I just added in the chat, if you
Thank
want to be a part of the committee, just send an email to the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance at
Right.
gmail.com
Yeah.
and use the subject Golf Course Exploratory Committee, and then we will be able to follow up.
Thank you, Ms. Regina.
You're
All right.
welcome.
We're gonna try and speed you up a little bit. So my next one is a website and newsletter. I don't know who hasn't got my newsletter, but I say my NNA's newsletter, and I renamed it. It's the Marlton Quarterly now because it's gonna come out quarterly. We need volunteers, we need writers, we need editors, we need content, we need everything. We need everything. I can't even stress how much I need everything. So I don't have see all this hair I have. I'm not gonna have it by December because my creative director resigned, which was Eric Wicks, and he was the heartbeat of that whole my news of the newsletter, and he's gone now. So all those cool little fact finders he would find, like the sandwich of the month and stuff like that, I'm be beating my head trying to figure out where to find that stuff, but he said he would share with me. So we need everything for the newsletter in order to make it. I want to keep doing it because I missed it. So we just need people to be more involved. If you don't want to do it, maybe you know somebody that, bored and, have an article that they may want to write, or you have a business that you want to promote. You can promote that business and write an article, write the article, promote the business. That's what we're doing now. And I know Marlton Advocate used to charge for ad and stuff like that. Since we are in the middle of changing from an LLC to a nonprofit business, I don't want to charge anybody anything because I don't want to pay taxes on any of it, just being honest. So you guys can have at it. Somebody need to, I have an ad for a lawnmower service. Hey, write me a story about some grass. Something that's beneficial is what I'm trying to say. And the website, I need people for content on the website. I know it's static for information, right? But I also would like to add something interesting on there. And I really don't know, I've never had a website before. So I know stuff that needs to be seen, like pertinent information that you want to look for, but anybody that knows how to spruce it up, anybody knows how to change it around, anybody, when I go in there, I'm just elementary with it. I put my little stuff on there and I'm out. I'm like, ooh, I did something. And that's pretty much how it goes. So that's why it looks the way it looks. And I would love for it to look better, especially since we're spending the money on it. Anybody have any questions about the newsletter or the website? Oh, come on.
Can we volunteer anybody, Alexis?
You sure can if they're.
I want to volunteer Linda. She's really good at writing.
Okay. I decline.
Well, see, that's what happens. Okay, somebody had any questions? All right, so we also have a position for officer in our group. My beautiful daughter has been my acting secretary forever, And now she's in her last semester of school, being a senior in college, and I'm trying to give her a break. But we need somebody permanent. So just to let you know that and what it all entails is also on our website. Marlton.org. Did I say that? www.marlton.org is our website. Okay, and the last thing before I let Mr. Holmes speak, Delegate Holmes, sorry, is that I got signs in the neighborhood and I want to know if you guys saw them. I know they look eclectic, that's okay, but it was just to catch your attention. They're just signs so that I'm just trying to get people to come to our website, and hopefully, if nothing else, sign up for our newsletter, and something may pique their interest. They may want to help us out. So that'd be good. Just to let you know that we're that's my husband looking at me like he's been like, yes, I did. So did you want to say something, Ms. Regina?
Yes, I would like to gauge the audience since we're 10 minutes to 8. And it looks like we might have to run over. Is everyone willing to stay on for another 30 minutes to 8:30 so we can get through the entire agenda?
Yes. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. I'm so sorry, Miss Delegate Holmes, Mr. Marvin. You can speak now. You still here? I'm so sorry.
I'm here, but it's my first off, I want to congratulate all of you all for getting Marlton Neighborhood Alliance up and running. You guys ought to be congratulated. I'm excited for you, and I'm not going to say a whole lot. I'm here on the call because my primary role in the General Assembly is that I am the chair of the Housing and Real Property Subcommittee. That's one of the leadership roles that I am in. And all this information is on the newsletter. All the things that come through my subcommittee, through me, are relevant to everything that you are discussing, except for zoning. As chair of the Housing and Real Property Subcommittee, I'm in charge of HOAs, I'm in charge of condominiums, I'm in charge of real estate agents, foreclosures. All of that comes through my subcommittee. And I just want you to be able to contact me if you have some questions. Now, Ms. Regina, you talk about extending the meeting for 30 minutes. You don't have to do that for me. However, I do have a 2-hour speech right here. So I can read that.
Oh, no.
No.
But I am here simply to listen, to hear what your concerns are, and I'm going to type into the chat my office phone number, and please feel free to call me if you have any concerns about anything, because this is what I do for the Maryland General Assembly, and I think it's fortunate that we have the chair of real estate and housing in Prince George's County. And so, like I said, I'm going to type in my phone number. You guys give me a call. And like it used to be said with the old senator that represented 23rd District, don't fuss, call us.
There you go. See, we got you.
I like it. I like it.
We'll try to
Delegate Holmes, I'll be calling you. I need your help.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I need your help. Thank you.
I mean, we get calls from Somerset County, Talbot County, Winchester, Charles County, because I'm chair of the subcommittee. I get calls from all across the state. I would much rather prefer to help Prince George's County, number one, and number two, I'm your delegate. You voted for me.
Thank you. Yes. And I thank you, Marlton Neighborhood Alliance. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Holmes, don't go away. I want you to mention Marlton 4.
Before he mentions Marlton 4, can we have him to mention about the joint public hearing about the countywide sectional map amendment?
Yes. You're talking about the redistricting, is that correct? That's me? Okay, good. All right. Every 10 years, there is a census taken, and based upon that census, they redraw the lines for the county council, the congressmen, the senators, and for me as well. I'll give you a brief history, and I'm not going to prolong this. Back in 1998, I ran for office and I lost in 1998. But when they took the census in 2000, they recognized that there was an opportunity to have an African-American person to represent 23rd district at the state level, because we had never had an African-American represent us at the state level ever. And so they took the precincts that I came in first in 1998, and they made that legislative district 23B. And because Marlton was part of, came out and voted for me in droves in 1998, they made Marlton part of the 23B district in 2002. And I've been in office now since 2002, thanks to Marlton, and I appreciate that. Now that the lines have been redrawn for 2020, there has been some discussion about taking Marlton away from the 23rd district and putting it into either 25th or the 27th. I was very diplomatic, and I used a couple of technical terms, and I said, over my dead body. Is that a technical term? I said, oh.
Yes. Please tell them the areas that District 25 and 27 covers.
25 goes up into Capitol Heights and Suitland, those areas. District 27 goes down into Charles County. Okay, so I used the technical term when they called me and asked me did I want to have Marlton move to a different district, and I said over my dead body. Wow. So I'm fighting like the Dickens, and the lines won't be finalized until February, which is very, very late because the election, my re-election, is in June. But I feel pretty confident because of my leadership roles in the House. I have the Speaker of the House, I have her ear, and she's asked me to map out what I want to keep. And Marlton is one that I want to keep. I've got a couple of them that I want to give away. I'm desperately trying to give away. I want to keep Marlton because I've been invested in the issues that you have. A couple of years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I gave a $200,000 bond to the pool because they needed some desperate construction there. So I'm deeply invested in Marlton, and I do not want to lose you guys at all.
We don't
and I'll take it. I'll take any questions.
That's good. Thank you. Remember, did you put your email in?
You're being chat?
Yeah, right, coming up right now.
Okay, because I want to make sure. I didn't know if Mr. Riviera would make it, but I see he's here, and I definitely want y'all to hear this. This is good. Mr. Riviera, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Let me turn my video on.
Mr. Norman, hi.
I pushed it twice. Oh, shoot, did it again.
There you go.
Thank you, Alexis, and everybody for having me on. I know you've had quite a long agenda.
Yes, so sorry.
To make sure that I appreciate it. I
gotta get a map of for them so you can speak to it.
Oh yeah. If you could post that. Hey Marvin, how you doing? If you're still on.
He's muted.
I'm doing great, Norman. Long time no see.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Are you wearing socks? Norman doesn't wear socks, everybody. You wearing socks, Norman?
No, I actually have no shoes on. Marvin knows me, as you all can see. So socks are optional. But yeah, it's good to see you. And I posted something, and I'll add more detail later, Marvin, about, I think they're also asking about the countywide map zoning amendment. So the redistricting, you all sent us the recommendation to the full council for deliberation, right? And then, so that'll have to go through that process. But at the same time, and I had spoken to Alexis and the leadership, the Alliance, about the countywide zoning map amendment, which the public hearing is September 13th. So if everybody looks at the Prince George's County Council website, and Marvin knows the council very well, there's a link to the countywide zoning map amendment. But generally, just for everybody's edification, the county has created a new zoning ordinance to update it. And then to implement it, the county has to rezone all the county 100% to the new zones. So there are certain zones that are they call legacy zones, like RPC, which is Marlton. And then there are certain zones that'll be created new zones. So if everybody wants to take a look at that, you can sign up to speak or write a letter by September 29th to put your 2 cents in. But what I have here before you now, and thank you, Alexis, for putting the map up. So there's a piece of property in the center of Marlton off Heathermore Boulevard between Woodstock Drive and Marlton Center Drive. So it's right there. We used to call it the Bell property because it kind of looked like a bell, but everything around it was not developed yet. So our proposal, we have a contract to buy the property. My client, I'm a zoning attorney in the county, as Marvin knows. And what we want to do is we're processing plans to develop it with townhouses, just like what's to the left, to the north, and to the right. So on Heathermore Boulevard, with that grassy area you see there with trees and stuff, we're proposing townhouses, which is exactly what's all around it, except across the street towards the, on the other side is the apartments. And then, excuse me, as you all know, there's single family houses beyond and to the north. So it's on Heathermore Boulevard, which is a large road that goes out to 301. When my old client, Mr. Pleasance, bought all of Marlton way back in '86, you'll get a kick out of this, Marvin. The real estate agent who sold it to Don was Larry Hogan Jr., 1986. So that's a blast from the past. But moving fast forward, there were certain pieces that did not get developed, and now they want to sell this one because there was nothing to, they didn't want to go forward with it. So my client has a contract on it, and they have to go through the zoning process, which, as you all know or don't know, there's an official plan for Marlton that designates certain uses for every piece of property in Marlton, residential, commercial, apartments, what have you. The current plan for this property shows apartments and a shopping center, which we don't think works. And the Subregion 6 master plan that Park and Planning and the County Council approved also does not recommend the area to be a shopping center. You already have Marlton Plaza right on 301. You got Marlboro Square at Route 4 and 301. There's plenty of retail opportunities right on the main road, and retail needs visibility and traffic. If you put it in the middle of a neighborhood, it's not likely to succeed, and you're only going to get a smattering of businesses that aren't going to be that successful normally. So we just wanted to build what's all around us, which is townhouses. So the property is about 29 acres. So it's zoned for apartments and LAC, which is a shopping center. But we have to file a plan to convert it to townhouses because that's not what's on the quote unquote official plan. So I don't think from a technical standpoint, the Park and Planning or the county would have a problem with that because it's exactly what's all around it. But obviously, before I did anything, we always do, as we always do, is to broach it to the community before any hearing, before anything, to make sure we get your input. So I've had conversations with the Chief of Staff, Eric Bowman, for Sidney Harrison, Councilman Harrison. I spoke to Mel Franklin, who used to live in Marlton right near here, and now he's at large. So he actually gave me your contact information, Alexis and Paul, Regina and Alexa. So it was good to see that because it used to be the Citizens Association of Marlton, the Marlton Control Commission, which is still there, the Marlton 100, a whole hodgepodge of HOAs, which are really an HOA, as Marvin knows, is the homeowner association created by the covenants for a particular piece of property. So HOA is that, whereas perhaps the Marlton Control Commission or the Citizens Association of Marlton and the Alliance is more of an overall overreaching sort of organization. To me, they're kind of the same thing. They're just more global in another respect. So I just wanted to touch that because I know you all are talking about that earlier tonight. So we have filed the preliminary application. We have to notify Park and Planning that we want to do something. And then you'll get a letter saying somebody wants to do something. But I wanted to make sure we had this briefing tonight. And I had one with the leadership last week, so they knew exactly what we were proposing. So I know there's going to be concerns about traffic, the environment, impact on schools, fire, police, et cetera, which is very, germane to this kind of a conversation. But it is exactly what is around you. And the way the county ordinance and the park and planning laws and the council laws work, they review all that at the time we file anything. So believe you me, they're going to make sure we analyze every little bit. They analyze it. And there's going to be at least 4 public hearings before you see anything get constructed. So I just wanted to give you that big overview. And more specifically, what you see here in green, it's a layout of townhouses, which is a mirror image of what's all around it. It's rows of townhouses with all internal private streets. On Heathermore Boulevard, the front of our townhouses will face Heathermore. So the front of the house, thank you for the pointing, is what faces the road. So you're not going to see people's backyards with their barbecue grills and all that kind of stuff. And the back of the house, along where the gray street is a driveway that goes into your garage. So each home will have a 2-car garage. There may be a few, depending where it is in the back, where there might be a single car, just because of the way the layout of the land is. But they're all going to have garages. They're all going to front the main road. So the visibility from the road that you see if you're driving home to wherever you're going is going to be a nice looking townhouse. So we're looking for good builders. We don't have a builder yet, but we want to make sure it's over and above and beyond what you see today, because a lot of that product you're in now is a little older, and no offense, it's just there's new stuff now. So people have different options, different tastes, different, perspectives on what they think their new house should be. So that's generally what we're trying to do. And I wanted to have this first initial meeting. And I think maybe it'd be appropriate. We could talk for hours about the differences and what you people think should be or shouldn't be. But since you have a leadership group, it'd probably be good to email them any questions, and I can address them comprehensively. And Alexis could send an email blast out. But right now I could also answer some, generic questions so that, I don't take up your whole agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Riviera. I don't know if you mentioned how many townhomes?
Oh, good point, Regina. So it's about 219, give or take. So we haven't done any final engineering, but you can see the layout. You see all around us, it looks basically the same. So we think that the lay of the land will lend us the same type of density, which is what you see there. So that would be 219 townhouses on 29 acres.
Okay, and Alexis, can we kind of show them where this is? So the street to the left is Woodstock?
Yes, Woodstock Drive East.
Correct. And then there's the intersection where Heathermore drops down from 2 lanes to 1.
Right there, yes.
And it keeps going in front of the apartment complex, and where we said that we would meet for the Spruce Up on September the 18th, it will go all the way down to that end.
To Marlton Center Drive, right?
Yes, to Marlton Center Drive.
So I spoke to my clients about that after last week's meeting. And I explained to them that I showed them the agenda for tonight. So they very much want to be part of the community, participate in community events and participate with Spruce Up, the website, the newsletter, whatever that y'all want to talk about. And obviously what we're trying to do with your input. And Heathermore itself will be improved. Anytime in the county, as Paul knows, that a developer fronts on a piece of street, you have to build your half of the street. So the apartment people built their half. So I no doubt we will have to build something on our side. And on the Marlton Center Drive and on Woodstock, they built their side. We have to build our side. That's the way subtitle 23, the code, county code, the road code says, you front it, you build it. So that way nobody's left holding the bag.
So the only thing that you're looking at building for the community is townhouses and a sidewalk?
Well, there's going to be internal amenities. You see there's amenity right there in the middle. So we have to build recreational facilities to serve our community, this community.
So is your community going to just be the townhouse community or the whole community of Marlton? Because you're sucking our Marlton Elementary School, you're sucking our fire department. I mean, what are you offering the community for you to come in and build on us?
So let me start with the amenities. So the amenities are governed by the zoning ordinance. So there's a formula, say if you have X number of townhouses, that equals X number of people, X number of children, middle school, high school. So there's a formula where they calculate you have to pay X number of dollars for recreational facilities, and you have to put in recreational facilities. So you're not draining on anybody else's. As to police, fire, and schools, the county 10 years ago or so created a law that says it's basically another formula, X number of houses, depending on apartments, townhouses, single family detached. There's a formula for schools, formula for police, and formula for fire. So for schools, we're going to pay probably about $18,000 per house that goes into the county budget to build schools, and about $9,000 approximately for police and fire services. So what the county council does is they aggregate that money and they have to deliberate it into a budget. The county executive controls the budget, Ms. Alsobrooks right now. So she will get all that money through the Department of Treasury. They collect the money. She develops a budget, the county executive. It goes to the county council in the spring of whatever year it is, every year. And then the county council says, okay, we got all this X dollars, where are we going to spend it? So it's up to us, me, developer, the builder, because we wanted the schools and stuff to be built there too. But it's also up to the community to lobby for that. As they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So you got to say, hey, we're going to put in $1 million here. Where's it going? So that's the democratic process, and that's what we have to go by.
There's two questions, one on about parking and also the driveway. Is it going to be two-way traffic inside that community on all of the roads, or is the alley just one way?
The alleys will probably be all two-way. Each driveway will have, if it's two-car garage, it will be able to park 2 cars in the driveway and then 2 cars in the garage. So you could potentially get 4 units, 4 vehicles. And then the county asks us, and we want to provide visitor parking so that you don't park in somebody else's neighborhood. So we have to provide parking within the site to provide for a certain ratio of guest parking and include parking for the residents. So they are probably all likely to be two-way because you need that for trash, snow. And speaking of that, as all the other townhouse communities here in all the county, they're going to have private service for trash and snow. And then the landscaping, the greenery, the park area, that's all privately maintained because each unit will pay X amount of dollars per house per month for their HOA dues like everybody does now. And that pays it for itself internal to our community. So it's totally self-sufficient.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would say for everyone on the call, I think that what M&A will do is hold at our next meeting an extended discussion session to discuss all of the community concerns. and present them to Mr. Riviera since we still have time. It's not something that's happening, right now in early 2022. So it gives us an opportunity to talk freely and get all of our concerns together. So our December meeting is scheduled for December the 8th, I believe. Alexis, can you check?
That's a great idea, Ms. Smith.
Thank you.
Okay.
And if I get some questions ahead of time,
Yes, December.
We'll send them on to you. Yes. And
Okay.
be able to present them at that meeting.
Okay.
So we'll find out that date and I'll get back to you.
And it could be another date. Just let me know ahead of time and I can make myself available.
Okay.
Plus it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that this would be more of a private discussion, if you don't mind, just so you know.
Sure, whatever. I find that more efficient with too many chefs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
this is the second Wednesday, so it will be December the 8th.
Perfect. I'll put
Because
it.
it's the second Wednesday of every month.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
every quarter.
All righty. I'll put that on my calendar now, and then I'll start formulating my answers because I already know what the questions are.
You've been doing it too long.
31 years.
Mr. Anthony, I did not forget about you. You can tell us about the pool.
Thank you.
So am I done, Miss Alexis?
I'm sorry. Yes, yes, Mr. Maria. Yes, you're done.
Thank you for your time, Mr.
Thank you.
Riviera.
Thank you for
Y'all
waiting.
have
I
a great
appreciate
night.
that.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Okay, thank you. Have a good weekend.
All right, ciao, everybody.
Okay, am I on?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Not a problem. I recognize you had a very busy schedule ahead.
I do.
Trying to make sure. Again, the Marlton Pool is extremely happy and appreciative of all of the residents of the greater Marlton area, and especially those that came out in support of our pool activities this year. We had a fantastic year, no problems with COVID, although we did have some what they call trace situations that had to be followed up with. All of that was done in accordance with Maryland and Prince George's procedures and policies. We sincerely would like to thank those residents and others. The Kingfish swim team did exceptionally well. We look forward to another good year coming in 2022. I do want to advise folks that it is cheaper to pay for seasonal passes. And if you pay early, you get current 2021 pricing. Next year, we are going to have to increase our pricing, especially as it goes for daily fees, et cetera. Having said all of that, there were some construction modifications that we had planned to do this year that we put off until next year, simply to make it easier for access and use by our young people that do come to the pool and community groups. Having said all of that, if there's any issues or questions regarding the use of our pool for private parties or whatnot, feel free to log into our website, get detailed information, or contact any of our board members directly. I want to commend the board members, staff, volunteers, and especially a lot of our lifeguards are students. And most of them were working not just as lifeguards for our pool, but secondary pool operations. And they're back in school now. We're happy to see that. And we look forward to many of those lifeguards returning next year. One small thing, we do have a waterline contract coming in this fall. They're behind schedule. A lot of people have seen signs and markings on the streets and what have you.
throughout the Marlton community. Do be aware that they're behind schedule. And we have not been giving any updates, but as soon as we hear about anything, we'll pass it on to the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance. Again, thank you for your time. And if there's any individual questions that I can answer off the cuff, I feel free to do so at this time. Otherwise, again, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I just wanted to say that I'm the one that sent St. Paul's your way, St. Paul's Christian Center.
And we thank you so much.
They said, that's not open. I said, yes, it is. It's definitely open.
Yes.
And I was
yes.
so happy to put you guys together. Not only that, but my kid was, in the summer camp. So make sure that she had somewhere to go for the summer. So yeah, she enjoyed that.
Yes.
She's been kissed by the sun, but she had a
We all need that vitamin D.
Yes. What's the pool website?
Yes.
The Marlton Swim and Recreation Club. And if you just type in Marlton Pool or the MSARC, you'll be able to log into the website.
MSARC?
Yes, Marlton Swim and Recreation Club.
Okay.
It's a 501(c), and as Representative Holmes had mentioned, his support has really been remarkable financially, that it's allowed us to hire these contractors to come in and make improvements that are needed at the pool.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Anybody have any questions about the pool? You're closed, right? You closed?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Can
I say one thing, Madam Chair?
Started.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I just want to congratulate Mr. Jones. Most people don't know the Kingfish swim team has won many, many records. Ladies and gentlemen, they are good.
Good to hear that.
Getting ready for the Olympics. I'm sorry, I'm still not able to find the website, Mr. Jones.
Is it .org or .com?
I'll have to look it up and send it to you. Right now, I'm using my mobile phone and I don't have direct access other to my phone.
Sure.
And
If
then,
you'll send it to us.
Right,
We'll
and
put it
you
on
can
the
publish it.
website.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions about the pool? No? Did you have something else to say, Mr. Marvin? No, you good?
No, that was it. I just wanted to congratulate the swim team because, like I said, they have made an impact across Prince George's County. They are really good. They are really good. Congratulations, Mr. Jones.
Right, and I do want to add one thing. As far as Kingfish goes, they do offer direct membership for Marlton residents.
Okay. Good to hear.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Mr. Stafford.
Yes. Hello, my name is Stafford Williams, and I'm the acting president and vice president of the Martian Control Commission. And I might want to say, give a little history of the MCC. MCC is one of the oldest HOA in Marlton, and it's been around since way back in the 70s. So there was no issue about being an HOA. So since we want to move on from that, I just want to let everybody know that most of our leadership are not here with us or having health issue. And we're trying to get a meeting together so we can get new commissioners on board, so we could bring back the commission. In the meantime, it will be in a transition state because I'm resigning, but I can't remove myself until I have somebody capable of handling, especially the budgets and the financial part of the Marlton Control Commission. And despite there might be people out there who are trying to derail the commission, but I think that's going to fail because we're listed with the county, and we have if they want to research it, it's there are folios and libers that explain what the Martin Control Commissions are about, and we already cleared that up with our lawyers about 10 years ago. Anyway, I want to bring you to the present right now. We are, I'm trying to keep things going while we look for leadership. And at the moment, we just finished some repairs at the gazebo. And I think that's very essential for the community. And we have to keep the community going.
Right.
So I'm trying to do the landscaping and fixing the broken lights and having the light poles replaced. And it's been very taxing. So with the Martin Neighborhood Alliance, we are trying to get their support and help in getting the MCC moving forward again, because we haven't been sending out any due letters. So we're in a little bit of financial quagmire, but we had a very good treasurer. And if you all don't know, she passed away a couple months ago, and now I'm wearing both hats at this time. So I would just like to say to those who are supporting MCC, be patient, and we will have a meetings very soon, and I'll have the transition, because it's been overdue. So that's all I have to say. And I just want to give my condolence again to Jane Lowe. She has been our treasurer, even for CAM also, who passed away 2 months ago. And she was very, very, very helpful for in the community. And Clara White, she is a past president. She's been very passionate about the community in Martin, and due to health reasons, she hasn't been able to participate anymore. And we still have a few commissioners left, and what we're doing, we're trying to recruit more commissioners.
All right, so sorry, 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes, Mr. Stafford. So we can we're going to make another meeting so we can do that.
Yes,
and
please.
However, we do it separately and collectively with the people who have opinions and want to share whatever they want to share. So we want to do that. And I appreciate you coming. Go ahead, Regina. Just real quick, I don't know if you had given it any thought.
I know we have 2 more minutes. Well, I just want to say there are people in the community who are still passionate about MCC. So we'll move from there.
Have you taken in consideration having the meeting on October the 7th?
Okay.
I sent an email saying that we should have the meeting on October the 7th.
Okay.
So notices should go out by September the 15th. And that way they'll have more than their 15-day advance notice.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So we just need the information to get that mailing out.
Okay.
I emailed that I'm willing to help get a mailing out.
Yeah, I got notice.
I didn't get any response. I've tried calling and emailing in the past, and I don't get response from Mr. Stafford. That's why so many of us came here tonight, because we're getting fed up that we don't get responses from him.
Well, you might be one of,
Especially when we see,
No, we're not gonna do that at the end. We're not gonna do
especially
you
that.
might
when
be one
we
of
see
the
that he says
few.
he's
I
held a
don't
meeting,
recall.
he's gonna notify
I
anyone.
can just
I
mute you.
don't
can
recall
mute you.
that,
I can mute you.
Lorraine.
I don't want to do that. What I'm saying is we can have this. We can have this conversation. We just can't have it in this meeting because I gotta wrap this up. Okay? Respectfully.
Thank you.
So-
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are all just fed up and
I
frustrated
get
because
it.
we can't communicate with
But
him.
that's why I'm trying to help. I look out Mr. Holmes for you. Come on, man. I get some credit, right? Okay, let's wrap this
Yes,
up.
you do.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. That's what we do, Miss Linda. That's what we do.
We didn't talk about Marlton 4. I think that's the only thing on your agenda.
Yeah,
We haven't talked-
we're helping with Marlton. I'll say it real quick. We're helping with Marlton 4. They have been out of commission for the past over 10 years. And you know, they had that collapse of the sidewalk. Me and my husband went by there and it looks horrible. So we're trying to get them because they have an election coming up on the 11th, which only represents the 24 townhomes that are in their area. But our organization will be there to help them. We're just there to help.
Establish themselves, yes.
Establish themselves.
So someone had asked, what do we do? And these are the things that we do and we bring to the table.
So we're going to consult them so they get their stuff back together, get their elections together. And because actually Mr. Holmes already set it up and he's trying to walk away. So we'll step in and facilitate whatever else that needs to be helped. If they need our Zoom, they can use our Zoom. If they need us to put something on our website for them, we could do that. If they want a notice in the newsletter, we can do that. However, we can be helpful is what we're trying to do. That's what we do. As well as I want to have a block party at some point when COVID's not invited. So that's what I want to do. I want to have fun. I want to meet my neighbors. That's what I want to do. So anyway, we gonna close this out and thank you for coming. And again, you got our emails and I will be sending, if you gave me your emails, and most of you already have, we will send you notices out when we will have that meeting with MCC. And also if you wanted to have another conversation with Mr. Holmes, I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem with that either. We can facilitate that as well. How's that sound? That sounds great on it. Yes, it does. Okay. All right, y'all have a great evening and finish your dinners and calm down, have a little drink or whatever you do to calm down. Tea, it don't matter to me. But I appreciate y'all coming and staying together.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Alexa. Gina.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lexi.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Great meeting, Alexis.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
word.
Thank
Quite
you.
informative.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Things got a little heated.
Passionate, I get it. I totally,
Very frustrated.
I totally get it. But I'm trying to help. That's
I
all.
know.
And we definitely need the help from
Mr. Holmes.
We need it because
Yes,
he's
need it.
not listening to
long
any of
time
us.
overdue.
Yeah.
Thank you much.
We're gonna get there. Yes.
I know we are. Thank you much.
Thank you. I
So you're
appreciate
in
it. I'm
MCC
sorry.
too? Who's that?
Yeah.
Linda, you're in MCC?
Yes. Yes,
Linda.
she is.
Oh, you're in part of MCC? Okay.
Yeah, I live in Rollingwood, the Rollingwood section of Marlton.
So do I.
But I don't even know what that means because I never seen a sign saying Rolling Woods.
No,
Rollingwood is basically Old Marlton over here, Old Colony, North Marlton, Grand Haven, this whole area back here on the old side of Marlton.
Yes.
So you go
all
all
the-
the way, because I'm at the end of Old Colony and the townhouses at the circle.
Okay. If
You're
up
on
in
the other side of
townhouses,
the
you're
school.
different.
In the house, a single family home on the other side of Marlton Elementary School.
Right, you're on the same side as the pool.
Yes.
And you go all the way down to Grand Haven
Yep.
Yes.
and then back up in that cut off of Grand Haven. So do y'all know how many townhomes you have? I mean,
We don't have
single-family
townhomes.
We don't have
Townhomes
townhomes.
are not in Marlton.
Yeah, my mistake. How many
No, I haven't.
homes are in MCC?
I have a list of the addresses as part of my covenant documentation that my mom got when she moved in here back in the 89. So I have a list of the addresses.
If you could share that with us, that would be very helpful. And I agree with your support on getting the notices out.
I can give you the list of addresses. I can give you all the documentation we have. I've been through the Linda and I both have been through all of the documentation that is available through the Maryland land records that mentions MCC. They were never meant to be an HOA. They were only meant to be, it was formed by the initial developers who bought the area, and they were only meant to be like an architectural covenant that gave guidelines to all the other different little developers that were buying up the land from the main guy that planned out the development, so that all of the homes would look similar. They were never meant to be an HOA. There was a Rollingwood HOA supposedly created at one point, but Marlton Control Commission was never part of that, and they were not that. And the Rollingwood HOA, as far as I can tell, never existed. Like, there's a documentation that says they were created, but I can't find any evidence that they were ever created or that there was ever a board or anything to do with it. Where we live, no HOA. The county's in charge of our streets. The county's in charge of our trash pickup. The county is in charge of everything for us. So we don't have an HOA.
So what we need to do is have a conversation with you and Linda. And there's other people on the call. I'm assuming they're part of MCC, but get the information from you separately from Mr.
I
Williams.
can give you everything. We have everything, and
because we're the non-biased party.
I know.
That's why I want to let y'all know what you're getting into with him. Because they have been trying to collect dues from us for years, claiming that they're an HOA. They, first of all, their covenant says that they only have a voluntary due, and it has to be agreed upon by the community at their general meeting every year. They haven't had a general meeting for the community. Their bylaw says they have to give us a 15-day notice by mail in order to have a general meeting, because the bylaws and the covenants have not been updated since the 60s.
Yeah, I've seen the bylaws, but I have not seen the covenants yet.
I have it.
So the more documentation that we can have.
I have it all in a Google Drive. I have it all in a Google Drive. I can link you to the Google Drive and give it to you.
You can just send it to Marlton Neighborhood Alliance if you want.
That's what I'll do. I'll send you guys a link to that email address where I have all this documentation in the Google Drive that shows everything from when the Marlton was being planned in the 60s down to where it became the Marlton Control Commission. The last time that they addended, that they updated anything with the covenant was in 1997, when they officially removed the stipulation that in order to buy into the Marlton community, you had to be a member of the golf course.
Oh.
That was initially when
I just want to, can I just jump in one thing? I just want to say this real quick. Marlton, MCC was the first HOA up here. That's when you have your owners and your developers. And they were basically the architect, tell you what type of homes to be built, what they look like, and therefore. So later on, when you start in a new community, they, once they get a number of homes done, they give the HOA, I guess, work to the homeowners. And that's why you had the birth of these different HOAs up here. You have the birth of the Marlton HOA, and it should have been Rollingwood. But if you can see, MCC, the committee before them, when they passed down to a new executive committee or stuff, they don't keep documents.
No,
they don't.
I haven't been updating anything.
They don't do anything. So how can you pass down to another, I'd say, group when you don't have all the documentation? You got to understand where you come, how you started, what you come from, what you need to do for your community, and what your focus is. They don't have any of that. And this has been brought to them. They know from lawyers.
There's no really they, because there's only one person now.
Well, I know that's the problem.
I'm saying.
Hold on, let me give a question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
You guys, let me tell you how life is.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect. And it's not going to be an easy roll-off. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get no handover. You're not going to get all that. So what I'm saying to you is, we can start from this point going forward doing it right. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And updating that stuff, but that stuff you trying to hold on to them past rules and all that, you can forget that because that's not gonna work.
You can forget
do that,
MCC.
you're never gonna get anywhere going forward.
Oh, no, I know. My thing is,
MCC
I'm trying
is
to get
not
y'all-
even in the picture.
listen, he's
Okay.
trying to get that down, okay?
but yeah, I know.
He's trying to give it back. So if he's trying to give it back, y'all need to take it.
I can't because they haven't paid, they haven't filed for their
They're not
taxes or
legal.
anything like that. My husband doesn't want me to put my name on anything. We ran into a problem with that when the Marlton pool was trying to revitalize, where the lady who was running it at the time was in my church. And she was like, oh, I just need people to sit on the board. And I was like, okay. And I talked to my family and they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then I got on the board. And as soon as I got on the board, I found out they hadn't been paying their taxes. They hadn't been doing all this stuff. She was messing with the money. And I was like, I can't have my name near this or I'm going to wind up losing my house.
They're listed as a 501c, so there's no taxes to be paid in this organization.
Yeah,
But they haven't update. They haven't updated their 990s, or they're not even updated with the county. You know, first when you call down there, if you ask if their MCC is a HOA, they'll say they're in good standing, but that don't mean that they're HOA. That just means they filed a documentation and that's it. But like you say, you say take it over, but it's not just taking over. He needs to come out, just like you said. You need to have a meeting. You need to let the members of Rollwood know what's going on. That's never the rise.
That's the goal for October the 2nd.
Yeah.
To get,
yeah,
because you have supposed to have 9 commissioners.
Thank you.
You ain't got, you don't have 9
Right.
commissioners.
And
So
and
you gotta
and
get
we
Get them.
and we're
That's what I mean by
sorry
using
for
the old stuff. You can't, because there's no way to turn it over if you don't follow
Thank
the
you.
rules the way they are. You're never going to get there.
yes,
all
and Lexus, so that you know, we're passionate because we have tried since 2014 to get them to update their information since 2014. So it's not that we don't want to take it over and to push it forward. We just want to establish correctly and let the community know correctly. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we
And-
needed that. Yeah.
And his saying that he's rolled into with Rollingwood, there's no documentation of Rollingwood in the land records. There's no documentation of Rollingwood Homeowners Association with the land records. And in fact, Miss Linda here got communication between Clara White and the lawyer when they were talking about trying to do that. And the lawyer told them that in order for them to do that, they would have to have 75 to 100% of the community sign on to that. And that was in 2016. They never did. So that's not a thing that they did either. So I don't know where he's getting all this information.
But I think, but as of right now,
Anyway, I'm sorry. I gotta go. My kids are hungry.
Yeah, as of right now, I think that the Alliance is going in the right direction and trying to do it correctly.
Yes.
So let's give credit for that, y'all.
I
we do.
appreciate
We
that.
appreciate
And
that.
I just want y'all to know what you're getting into. And
They
I know it's a mess. And I
But
appreciate all your help.
MCC is not the focus to go. MCC, if you're going to bring up a homeowner association, you need to wake up Rollingwood HOA, not MCC. MCC is a totally different, it was a committee, an architectural committee to tell the developers what Marlton's supposed to look like up here. That's all they were. They weren't supposed to collect any assessments, which they have been doing illegally. I mean, mandating assessment and anything.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt because
Miss Lorraine and Linda, we're going to have a meeting on October 7th. They're going to put out flyers. We're going to meet as a community and let's just go from there. Let's
and
just
if
go
you
from
can
there.
share with
And
me
that's
the
it.
records that if you can share with us the records that you have, so we can go through them ourselves and have a better understanding of what we're dealing with, that would be greatly appreciated.
I will.
And thank you for letting us vent. Thank you for letting us vent because we had.
I'm sorry.
But my
so frustrated for us.
My only question
Next time you come to the meeting, just come to the meeting because we're here and you want to hear the information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beating up somebody that you can't.
Yeah.
I'm
We were
sorry.
trying to do that. We was trying to do that. We was trying to hold it in.
There's some good information out here.
Yeah.
It was good information. But the only question that I have is if we're trying to establish Rolling Wood and we're trying to have a meeting, would it be flyers in people mailboxes, or how is that going to be distributed? Because a lot, as you can tell, only 22 people came online tonight to listen. So I have no problem helping with going to people's mailboxes and putting stuff in, or making copies as staples and stuff like that.
I don't think that's legal.
According to their bylaw, according to their bylaws that I have copies of, I will put all this in the Google Drive. I'll send you guys a link to this, Alexis and Regina. According to their bylaw, they have to give us 15 days notice before they hold a public meeting. And according to the covenant, they are supposed to mail an agenda to every address before the meeting, which means that 15-day notice has to have an agenda with it. So that's part of the problem that we have, is that they have not been doing that for decades.
Right. Well, we're gonna kill.
We gotta go because my kids are hungry. So
thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you again for letting us vent.
Okay.
Like October, right?
October 7th.
Okay.
It's the goal.
And I'll email you guys everything I got. Just let me know if I can help you get a mailing out.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.